Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Javi. If you're new to the channel, just go ahead and subscribe, click the notification bell button, and let's go ahead and begin. So, what's my everyday camera? But before I begin, I want to go through a little story. It's not going to be long, I promise. But one of the hardest things as a creative, at least for me, is picking out what camera to use and take with me every day. I have a phone with me all the time, but I really don't love to use it as a camera. I'm not that type of person that likes to take that much photos on my camera because I have professional cameras. I have the Fuji X-T3, two of them. And sometimes even having one of them with me all the time, I still don't tend to use it as much because it's still the camera that I use to generate revenue. And I don't like to take out my cameras unless this is going to be making me money, you know? It's just the whole thing, because if something happens to that camera, then I am losing income and I have to find money to replace it. So I picked up a new camera, the Sony ZV-1, which will be my new everyday camera, not just for vlogging, but also for photography when I'm with my family. I believe it's a camera that's going to be able to fulfill a lot of those needs, of the aspect that I don't want to be carrying such an expensive camera with me. Sure, the Fuji X-T3 is not that far away from the Sony ZV-1 when it comes to the actual price. However, there's a lot more features packed into the X-T3, and I have a whole bunch of lenses for it, and plus it's just a real camera in my opinion, the aspect that you're using different lenses and you can attach different things to it. A point and shoot camera is definitely not the same as a mirrorless camera. It's not. Quality wise, it's not the same either. But having the conveniency of carrying a camera that you don't mind putting in your pocket or just throwing in your bag that you can carry with you, and that's small and comfortable that your wife can even use, you know, it's something that is a necessity for me and a practicality. And I think that all the creatives out there who do take their DSLRs or their mirrorless camera that, you know, costs over $2,000 just the body alone, plus another $1,000 on the lens or $2,000 on the lens, is insane to me. I can't do it. It's hard for me. Now, when I do collabs, yes, I do take my expensive cameras because I'm filming and I want the best quality. However, if I'm going to go out and vlog, I don't want to take my Fuji X-T3. If I go out with my family to the park, I don't want to take my Fuji X-T3 because I use it, again, primarily to generate income for my family. So I want to take something that's a lot less smaller, a lot less expensive, and where I wouldn't care, wouldn't be hurt financially if it broke or something happened to it. Because I've had my Fuji X-T3 before break, and it definitely hurt me. Like, because I needed to have another one in order to film. And so picking your everyday camera is extremely important. Some people may like to use their phones. I don't. But how can you find the perfect everyday camera for your needs and for your things? Tip number one, do you like carrying big cameras or small cameras? Do you like carrying any cameras at all? If you're creative out there, some of us may have a difficult time of picking what's the right combo for me to use and what's the right setup for me to take, you know, when I'm going out walking or going to a park. Especially when you have multiple lenses, it becomes so hard to make a decision. The more you have, the harder it becomes to actually use the things that you have. So that's why I've adopted the philosophy of getting rid as much as I can and keep the necessity. Now, that's why I picked the point and shoot camera. It's a fixed lens. I can't switch the lenses and I can't change it. So I'm stuck with it. Learn to use what I have. 24-70 with the ZV-1 is perfect for me. That's the, you know, the prime type of lens that you use for weddings. You have some wide angles you can take, and you also have some portraits that you can also take with this lens, with that camera. So that's why I picked something like that. Now, for the next thing, ease of use. Is it easy for you to use? Is it easy for somebody who's not in your profession to use? My wife, she's a social worker. She doesn't use camera. She hates photography and videography. Crazy, right? I know. But she's not that type of creative person that loves to go out and shoot or go to the park and take photos and video. However, now that we have a son, she loves to take pictures of him. And so having a camera that's going to allow her to take those photos easily without having to figure out what are these dials, what does this do, what does that do, having a autofocus that works seamlessly like the Sony ZV-1, or having something that can expose properly for the image like the Face Priority it does, I think will help my wife. I know it will help my wife taking the right shot for our son. And the good thing is that it can still shoot RAW, and if it needs to be transferred to her phone instantly, she can do that with Bluetooth. And the app for the Sony is not as bad as a Fuji. Sorry, Fuji, but it's true. So she'll be able to seamlessly transfer over those photos pretty fast. Tip number 3, or more like a scenario number 3. Or do you ever find yourself like not going out to the park or not going out to go out and shoot because you just don't know what to take with you? Like sometimes you just don't know. Do I want to take, let's say that you want to go ahead and vlog, right? And you were like, all right, I'm going to take my Fuji X-T3. Okay, cool. But I can't see myself. Should I take a monitor? Sure, but that's an extra thing to carry. But oh well, I need to see myself to make sure I'm in frame. Okay, so what lens do I take? Do I take a prime lens so that I look sharp and I look good and it has a faster aperture? Or should I take my 16 through 55 f2.8, because then I can be able to zoom in, zoom out, have a little bit different looks instead of pushing the camera away? Or what mic should I take with me? Should I take this mic right here, or should I take a different mic, or should I do a lavalier? Like, which one do I choose? When you have a simple point and shoot camera that actually has good audio, good things, you don't have to do that. You don't have to have that constraint of taking something with you. You don't have to have that constraint of making it seem perfect. If you want something perfect, then you can do like this in this room. I have a light here, which I'm not using. Window light, overcast, perfect enough for me. Whole rig, setup, tripod, and a mic attached to a recorder. So, if you want to just go out, casually vlog, capture the events of what you're doing, then that's why I would say pick an everyday camera that's convenient for you, that's small, that has most of the features that you want with it, like a flip out screen or anything. And yes, I am promoting the Sony ZV-1, because I think it's great, and I pre-ordered one. But still, it's important to understand and to learn how to downsize for everyday use. I think that's the overall point of this video, is learning how to downsize from your own professional gear, learning how to detach. Sure, you can use your phone to take photos and video, and it's probably the easiest thing to do, and you always have a camera with you, but it's not the same type of experience. I've tried using my phone to take photos, and I have a great camera, but it's not the same thing when you actually have a camera in hand and you're trying to take photos. Again, a phone can create distractions. All of a sudden, hey, I need to Google this, or hey, I need to do this or that. You get a phone call while you're taking a photo. It's happened before. It's annoying. So that's why having a separate camera, something that you can distance yourself away from your phone and use something that you can use your creativity, capture in the moment, and that you can have with you without having to be frustrated. You can do both photos and video. Your wife can use it because it's simple. It's good. You know what I'm saying? So the overall lesson in this video of picking your everyday camera is learning how to downsize. Remove yourself from your professional gear. Use your professional gear when you have to use it or when you want to create amazing footage. But if your professional gear is limiting you from going out into the world and is limiting you from experiencing the world with your loved ones and your family, then I think it may be a detriment to you. Take a camera, buy a camera that you'll use all the time, whether it's for photo or for video. And sure, and yes, I am promoting the Sony ZV-1. And no, I'm not getting paid by Sony. Heck, I barely have enough subscribers to get ad revenue. So just being straight up. And yeah, so I'm not switching to Sony. I'm staying with Fuji. I love Fuji, love the colors, love everything for work. But if you guys want to go ahead and pick up my LUTs, the description is down below. It's going to make your life a lot easier when in color grading and using F-Log. A lot of people are frustrated when it comes to color grading, and I was one of those people in the beginning. But creating these LUTs really helped me and advanced me with not just my business, but productivity within my business to deliver things a lot more faster to my clients. And our subscriber and other fellow creative, approved of our LUTs. So super excited. So just go ahead and pick them up down below and let me know what you think about them. Appreciate you guys. Please subscribe, like the video. It will help us with the algorithm. And also leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions or concerns. Again, see you to the next one.